Hi there. So I'm going to take a few moments here to share about what to expect in the Sacred Callings Mastermind virtual call itself. So as we go, I think you will get into a practice of opening up sacred space for yourself in your own space before the call. And that might look like just taking a few moments to breathe and center. It might look like lighting a candle or smudging, clearing the space you're in. But we'll also open up every call with that same thing as well. And so I'll open up the call with a smudging, even though we're in different places. And again, I would invite you to do that either before the call, or you can do it with me, or just take in the experience of me smudging the space, because ultimately we're all energy, right? And then after that, I will take a few moments to call in the support of the earth energies, the support of our guides, the support of our angels, and the support of our higher selves and our soul lights. I'll invite us to call in the essence or the soul energy of our creative projects or business that we're working on. And so we'll open up that space. And then I'll invite everyone to just take a few minutes to do a little intuitive journaling around like what wants to be focused on during that call. So you might come in with some ideas of a stuck spot or a challenge that you're working on, or a win, a celebration you want to share. But it's a good time as we're like opened intuitively and in the collective of the sacred container to see if there's anything else that wants to be addressed or anything. Kind of intuitively, you're looking at what's going to receive the most benefit from bringing it to the table today. And after that, we'll each go around and we'll each have about 10 minutes, not me, but you all. We'll each have about 10 minutes to bring whatever it is. Again, it could be a challenge, a stuck spot, a celebration, whatever you want to work with. You have the floor for 10 minutes and you'll get to share a little bit and then receive support from the group. And that some of that might look like traditional mastermind type of support where, we'll be in a circle of other entrepreneurs and business owners. So some people might share, well, in my business, when I've run into that issue, here's what I've done. So we're not going to be in the habit of advice giving, but we can definitely share from our experience. But the thing that makes this group different is we'll also be all kind of open channels and sharing any intuitive downloads we're getting for one another and for ourselves. Even as you process out loud, you might have some of your own intuitive hits of like, oh, like here's what would be good to do. I mean, sometimes that in and of itself is helpful, like bouncing ideas off and then you have an idea drop in. And equally, someone else in the group might say, I'm not sure, but this is just the vision that's coming up for me right now around your issue. I don't know if it's relevant or not, but here it is. So these are just some ideas of the type of support you might get in the group. So again, we'll all go around and each get a little bit of time, each group, and then we'll end with going around again and sharing whatever it is that you're taking away, whether just to kind of say it out loud to anchor it in, or also to have some accountability around between this group and the next group. And then we'll end with a brief closing. So that is basically the structure of the group. The group is going to be limited to a small size. I'd say 6 to 8 people so that we have plenty of time, and the group will be around an hour and a half. But I would invite you to give yourself a couple hours or at least an hour and 45. So part of that is so we're not like rushing in and rushing out. You have time to slow down and let the takeaways simmer, maybe jot a few things down following the group, whatever it is to transition from that sacred container. And so the last thing I'll add is, so the group itself will meet once a month, and there'll also be an online forum. At this point, I think it's going to be Facebook. That could change in the future. But to stay connected to people in the group between groups. And it's not going to be a closed container, so people can kind of come and go each month. My hope is that there'll be some consistent people so that you're really kind of building relationships and seeing the unfoldings of people's businesses supporting each other as we go. And I know there will naturally be some ebbs and flows as well. So whether the online forum will be anybody who's ever attended a group gets to be a part of that. So it'll be kind of this growing thing. And the groups, it's a kind of a pay-as-you-go thing at this point versus a membership or something like that. So each group will be a standalone. But again, my hope is that it's so beneficial that you want to continue coming each month if you can. Okay, well, I think that's all I have to share. I hope you'll join me. I am super excited about this. I think it's really powerful when you bring a circle together and open up that space. It's really magical. All right, be well.